Chapter 37. Jordan stood in his father's office, running his fingers along the desk where Dad had written most of his books. Jordan couldn't accept the fact his father would never write anything again. It had been 3 days since his father's death. They had found him in the street, struck down by lightning. Erin was found in his car, her eyes red from crying, but otherwise unhurt. Jordan had expected her to be afraid of him, but instead she hugged him tight and told him how sorry she was for what happened. She told him she saw Dad in the demon's world, that he glowed like an angel and killed all the creatures. She and Jordan had gone back inside the house to help Mom and Connor to his and her feet. They had been unharmed as well. Mom called the police to report Dad's death. Instead of cleaning the house up, they'd left everything as it was. Erin offered to stay with Jordan while they spoke with the authorities, and for that, he was eternally grateful. Erin didn't tell the cops of the attacks she suffered from Connor. Connor didn't seem to remember anything he'd done to her, but he remembered attacking Travis, just as Mom remembered attacking Erin in the car. Erin had called the hospital to check on Travis, and was relieved to hear he had recovered from whatever had afflicted him. He claimed not to remember what happened to him, but Jordan could tell he was lying, and for that he was eternally grateful once again. Mom planned to take Connor to visit his mom in Augusta in a few days. She had called the prison to check on Aunt Ivy, and was told she too was much better. Different, the warden said. Jordan's life was changing, though it was too early to tell whether it was for the better. He had never lived a truly normal life, and didn't know what to expect. He would forever mourn the loss of his father and grandfather, and the memory of the things he had done would haunt him until the end of his days. Despite all the things that had happened to him, he still didn't truly understand what had caused them. That was when he heard something come unlatched. One of the drawers in the desk had popped open. Jordan pulled it all the way and looked inside. He saw a manuscript sitting solely in the large drawer. The title page read, "The Devil's Demeanor." Why had the drawer popped open by itself? Jordan wondered if it had anything to do with being manhandled that night when he dropped it against the door, or maybe something else was behind its malfunctioning latch. Jordan pulled the manuscript out, sat in his father's chair, and began reading. By the end, he would fully understand his father's curse and his life. Deirdre sat at her desk, reviewing what she had written. Her story on Donovan Scott was, in her opinion, very well written and extremely revealing. It was the most interesting story she'd ever been involved with. And yet, she felt wrong for writing it. Though she understood, for the most part, what she had witnessed with the Scott family, she knew she couldn't write everything and expect anyone to believe her. She'd had to change a few details to make them more digestible. Those alterations didn't spoil the integrity of the story entirely, but they couldn't be helped. She couldn't write that the Scotts had been possessed by demons, now could she? She had worked hard on this story. All the spying and questioning. Why did she feel so wrong, though? Perhaps it was because of what Dawn had asked of her. Leave my family out of it. Write what you want about me, but leave my family out of it. Unfortunately, there was no way to write this without mentioning the Scott family. Though Dawn was the focus, his loved ones played crucial roles. The only way to write this story and respect the late Donovan Scott's wishes was to not write it at all. She deleted the file. Rest in peace, Mr. Scott. This has been The Devil's Demeanor, written and read by Jerry Hart.